I just got back from vacation on Sunday, and it was a different vacation for us. My daughter spent 5 weeks in Eleuthera, Bahamas, doing a marine science and sustainability research program. It really wasn't a camp, and it was a fabulous experience for my family and I. There was Parents' Week where we participated in a lot of the events. On the sustainability side, it was definitely eye-opening. There were no napkins. It's very hard to eat a meal without a napkin, especially for me. There were no paper products. All the rain was collected in these big cisterns and used for showering and drinking and washing dishes. So it really made me aware of how much waste that we use every day, and so now I'm trying to make a change. So I asked Adrian how you can improve what you can do to make a difference in terms of being more environmentally aware and sustainable.
That's the first time I've been in front of this room. Hello, fellow Toastmasters, and very welcome guests. I like the gaggle word, Jan. I respect what Judy was just saying about learning how to create a more sustainable world or environment. I try to do my part personally, so I don't use a lot of paper products unless I have to. I use cloth napkins as much as possible at home. I don't buy bottled water. I have a filter. You see my bottle down there, which I would recommend highly for anybody who carries water around, because there's a filter in the bottle, and so you just keep refilling it with tap water, and it filters it, and every few months you replace the filter. So I think that's my contribution, one of my contributions to a more sustainable environment. I don't take plastic bags with me when I go to the grocery store. I bring my own bag as much as possible. I just try to be conscious of everything that I'm doing that might create excess waste. And in this town it's pretty hard, but I had trained one of the cashiers at the Duane Reade near me several years ago to say, when she gave people their change, "Do you need a bag?" And one day I was in line and I heard her actually doing it, because people just don't think about it. So my recommendation would be, as Jan's speech was inspiring with regards to speaking to people who you maybe interact with every day but you don't know anything about, it's very easy to educate people quickly with a smile and just say, ask customers if they need a bag or something like that, if you're in a store that you frequent often, or even just somewhere where it's not very rushed and people seem open to that. So I would say that's my story.
That was a great answer and a great person to ask, and thank you for your contribution. Since I feel very strongly about it, probably because I just got back from vacation, I am going to pose the same question to Ann Renda.
Thank you. And you look beautiful. Oh, you must have had a wonderful vacation. Even from the back of the room, I could actually see it. And I thank you for asking me the question, because I love a soapbox, and this is my soapbox. And I pulled this out hoping, okay, this is one way. How many people have one of these? Good. That means there are a lot more that can buy them. What is it? Yep. It's a way to save a bag. And it's fabulous, because you go and you don't have to have plastic and you feel good. And then when you have to take the garbage out, you're in trouble, so I have to get plastic bags. I haven't solved that problem. But what do? I compost. If anybody needs some fresh compost, let me know. I have compost more than I can use. I think we can all follow what Adrian said and understand about ocean acidification and the people around the world who don't have fresh water to drink, and be conscious of the water we're using. I could go on forever. We could get involved in ending fracking. How many people understand fracking? Okay, that's a very serious issue that people really need to be involved in if you actually want to continue to drink water. There are, I think the plastic bottles we use go around in the United States 190 times, around the country, around the world 190 times. So we have to stop using plastic as much as possible. Go to foodandwaterwatch.org. Go to Organic Consumers Association. They are fabulous. Go to Environmental Working Group. Google them. You will get everything you need to know and so much that you never wanted to know. But it's kind of like knowing that the bridge is out. Would you rather not know that the bridge is out and drive over it? Or would you rather know and take precaution? So thank you all for listening. Have a great environmental day.
Thank you, Anne. And Anne is kind enough to send a lot of emails just regarding, and I love them, so she always sends them to me. So that's, thank you very much for that insight. While I was on vacation, I overcame one of my biggest fears, and that is scuba diving. About 15 to 20 years ago, I was in a Club Med, and if you've, not proud, but if you've ever been to a Club Med, they have these GOs that help you do different things. And the instructor I had was very bad, and to the point where he intimidated me. I was only 5 feet in a pool, and he intimidated me so badly, I swore off scuba diving for almost 20 years and missed a lot of beautiful sights in Costa Rica and Belize. As Marina said, just get over it. I told myself I have to do this, and I knew my son was there saying, Mom, can you just do it? So I had a trusted advisor or instructor who helped me scuba dive, and I went down 35 feet, which I was very proud of. So I am going to ask Nate, what is one of the biggest fears you have that you would like to overcome?
I guess I'll start off with standing in this room and seeing the other side of the block. But good question. I think there are a number of things that I sort of want to do, but I guess when push comes to shove, I get a little bit worried about it, to say the least. One of the things I wanted to do, for example, well, she talked about scuba diving. Well, there's also parachute jumping, and it really sounds like it's a fun thing and an exhilarating thing to do. But I guess when it's something I would love to do, but I don't think I'll get myself to do it. What I really prefer to talk about, and I think it was a really interesting subject that she raised about environmental consciousness, and I'm in the process. I guess I always feel like I'm getting rid of stuff from my apartment, getting rid of paper. It just reminds me of how much extra paper that I receive in the mail and that I don't need to receive. And I think one of the things, stress that we should be aware of is to perhaps digitize or like our credit card bills. We don't need to have them mailed to us. We can simply have them online. And I have mine online, yet I also get it mailed to me. And I realize as I'm thinking about it and how annoying and inconvenient it is to have to throw out my bills and every month, the paper stuff every month, or shred it every few weeks. It's something that's not only environmentally conscious but also very inconvenient. Now, I guess there are a couple of things. She was mentioning paper products at the start of her table topics, and well, I was thinking there was a quote I think by Sheryl Crow a few years ago, jokingly, that she was as far as environmental consciousness, she's going to be environmentally conscious by using only one piece of toilet paper. And well, I think there are limits to one's environmental concerns, and that's one of my limits. So, but I think one of the things that's important, though, is that we do keep aware of our environmental obligations, and in fact, it can be very convenient to do so. And I realize I should do that as well, and I should also shut up since the red card's there.
Just along the lines again of overcoming some of your biggest fears, I'm going to ask Michael Grimberg.
Fellow Toastmasters, guests, Madam Table Topics Master, my biggest fear right now was not screw it up, as Marina would say, and not call you Mrs. Toastmaster. I do it constantly. People who come here know. About the fear, funny you should mention, I do have a scuba diving license. I got it at Club Med from one of the GOs, which was a wonderful experience. I was in, now I don't remember where the Club Med was, Turks and Caicos. Wonderful, wonderful scuba diving, Turks and Caicos. The water is bright blue, clear. In the manual for my license, I read that sometimes divers lose orientation in water. They don't know where up is, where down is, where sideways. I thought, this is dumb. You definitely know where up and down is. You in the water, you in an ocean. That's exactly what happened to me in Turks and Caicos. Everything was so bright, so clear. Luckily, I remembered, look at your bubbles. I was going sideways. I thought I was going up. It was amazing. I saw a shark, a huge turtle, and a blue crab. Ma'am, take it out.
Michael, I was at Club Med in Turks and Caicos, and that's where the GO rowed into May, so we obviously didn't have the same one. One more question? One more question. Okay. So the final question, Jan brought up a great point for vacations, that some of us go on vacations, other people do daycations, staycations, and sometimes we don't have to go far. We can just open our eyes and experience life in a whole different way. So I'd like to ask Patricia, is there something you've done this summer or you would like to do to experience a vacation or a personal escape?
Thank you. I'm in the process of a staycation. I'm stuck on this 12-mile island called New York City. And it's not a bad place to be stuck because, quite honestly, anywhere in the world you would like to go, it's available within 12 miles. And on the MTA, so it's not too bad. Previously, I traveled a lot. I've been known to get on a plane and travel all over the place. So now that I'm stuck on this 12-mile island, big adventures for me are to go out to Long Island and hook up with my niece who has a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. So that is just a whole nother world in itself to me. I have no idea what's going on. And they're a lot of fun. So those days have really been the most joyous that I've had. A little beach action with the 2 little kids, teaching them how to do mud pies in the sand or mud pedicures in the sand. So those have been my vacation days recently, and something that has been joyous for me, and I don't miss flying somewhere else to enjoy the sun and fun.
Thank you, Judy. Thank you for that wonderful table topic session.